Good day, crafty chums, it's Nikki here and welcome to day number 27 of the 30-day Inches challenge, and today is as a bookmark. So I've done my little prototype, and it's one of those magnetic bookmark things, and so I used my least favourite squares, Inchies, on this one, just as the prototype to see how it worked, to see what size I needed, and it's not my favourite, and I think it's too far apart, so when I do this one on camera I'm going to actually, what I'm going to do is make it a little bit narrower, because I didn't like all the huge amount of space that I had on there. So that's what I'm going to do, is to make it a teeny bit narrower. So I'm just going to give myself a pencil line there, and that was a very slack pencil line because it went off it went off high at the one end. So yeah, so I'm just going to give myself a pencil line just to work from. For this is going to be this side first, so I'm just going to work on that first. I've made my inches out of yet another jelly plate print, because I do have a lot of them and I'm loving, I am actually loving how they're coming out on the Inches. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to put 4 on the back part, and I just wanted to make the gaps between each one are just a little bit narrower, and because I just feel that on this one it's just too wide, so already you can see it's going to be narrower, I hope. I'm going to cut it narrower anyway, put a narrower band around it. So this is Inches into a bookmark, and it's going to be a magnetic bookmark. Going to go like that. And I'm going to just put another pencil mark around, and then we'll see whether it's going to be too wide or not. I'm going to cut it off, trim around it. If I can see, I have to bring it back down a little bit so I can see, because although it's really sunny out, it is getting a little bit dark already, because the sun goes around the side of the house and then I don't see what's going on. So let's see if I did make it smaller or whether I have to go smaller again. It is slightly, nope. I think it looks better though, because the spacing on the inside is better, I think. Anywho, and I'm going to do the same for this bit here, but I'm not going to use a twinchy on this one. I am going to keep to the Inches. So I got this cardstock that I was making something else out of, and then glued it wrong. So so now I've got this cardstock that I can use, which is good. Although I'm not one for keeping rubbish, sometimes you can keep bits like this because they cut down nicely and can be used again. So what width did I get on there in the end? I got 2 and 1 2/3/8. 2 3/8. So I might as well cut that to matchy. I'm going to, again, just going to give myself a little bit of help by marking the corners so that I can keep it at least a little bit straight. You don't have to, because it's handmade and it can be as wonky donkey as you like. Doesn't really matter if it's wonky donkey, because it's just a bit of fun, and I'm not selling it, so it doesn't matter. If I was going to make this one for sale, then I'd make sure that it wasn't too wonky donkey. But but personally, you know, I can't not try and get it straight. But that's the card maker in me, you understand. So I'm trying to make the gaps a little bit smaller. I'm going to go, I think I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4 down on this one. And I made these on a live stream a little while ago now, quite a few months ago actually, I think it was. I had great fun making them. As I always do when I'm playing. This one's got butterflies and bricks on it, but you'd never be able to tell that now, would you? Okay, I quite like the idea of the magnetic bookmarks. I like making bookmarks anyway in mixed media because it's a great way of using up paper and things like that. But I quite like the idea of the magnetic one as staying in a book. Not that many people have books or that, but I do. I read a lot of books. I have a Kindle, but I also have actual physical books as well that I read. And when I was in Rangiora, I used to go to the library a lot. It's a little bit further out here now. With petrol, the price it is, it's worth me actually just getting my books on the Kindle rather than paying the petrol and going to get the books from the library. That's a real shame. I just can't afford the petrol to do it. Okay, sure. This is good, and I think this may even be the same size, is it? Yeah, it's more or less. So that means I can more or less use this as the length of cardstock to get. So yeah, that worked out okay, didn't it? So let's see what size this cardstock is. I better write it down, otherwise I will forget. As soon as I've stopped measuring, I will forget. So that is, we can do that at 7.5. 7.5 by 2 and 7/8. And the score line is at 2 and 7/8. Score. Don't write a score on there, I won't remember. As you can see, I do have the magnet inside there. Close it up nicely. Nicely, nicely. So, what was I doing? Sure. 2 and 7/8. 2 and 7/8. Going to get my scoreboard now, and I'm going to score at 2 7/8 because I can't cut it because I don't have my I actually don't 2 7/8. I don't have my longer, and it was 7.5, wasn't it? 7.5. So if I just mark that, I'll know where to cut it because I don't have my larger cutting thingy longer. It's the blade's blunt on it, so I can't really use it because it just gnarls up all the paper rather than cutting it. Okay, so let's get a bit of clean on here. I'll get a bit of clean paper to put down while I do this because it's white, and if it's white I like to try and at least keep it a little bit white. Okay, so it's going to go like that. And if you can see, this actually is a little bit longer than this one here. Sure, but it doesn't matter. We'll work with it, won't we? We'll just, what we'll do is we'll butt this up a little bit more and trim that off down there. It's not a biggie, as long as I remember to, when I put the, just going to try and find, as long as I don't put the magnet too far down the page, because I'm going to cut it off a little bit. So we'll pop that one there, and pop this one over. I'm going to put it more towards the top because I don't have, it's good, yep. Okay, going to fold that over. Going to get my other, put up at those, you can see where I put those magnets. I tell you, they just disappear into thin air once they're on the once they're on the table. They just disappear. So as you can see, that's where the magnet is. Just put a bit of glue there. Jumps into place nicely. I'm going to pop some more glue on here. And I'm just going to open this up so I can help place this one down a little bit more evenly on here. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom there, because I don't quite like that. I want it to match a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to get a couple of the pencil marks off here, if I can find my darling little rubber, which I don't suppose I can. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oops, there it is. Just got a few pencil marks on here, which I'll get rid of now. And we're going to call this Inchie make done for today. This is Inches into a bookmark. So, and this is a magnetic bookmark, obviously, and yeah, If I had Mod Podge, I'd seal over the top of it, but I don't, so I won't. And I might even trim down the sides actually, because I think now I've made these borders shorter, I just want this to be a little bit thinner. So I'm just going to do this. If you enjoyed today's make, please think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out Eileen McInnes's channel. All the information will be in the description box below. And if you take part in the challenges, don't forget to post what you make in International Crafters on Facebook. And there's even more. Eileen and I go live once a week on the International Crafters YouTube channel as well. And if you enjoy what you see here and you enjoy what Eileen makes on her channel, then catch us both together on International Crafters YouTube channel. Subscribe to that channel too, ring the bell, and you need never miss another live stream Eileen and I do again. So yeah, there we go. It actually worked. Trimming it down, I think, certainly helped the look of it there as well, which, you know, it's no biggie. So I hope you enjoyed today's make, and of course, obviously, you get your page in your book, pop it over, and it's magnetic, and you should never lose your place in the book again, should you? No. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.